Welcome to Stamford, Connecticut, population 125,000, located 40 miles to the north of New York City and known as the city that works. It is also home to the NBC Sports World Headquarters, which this weekend will be the setting for an esports championship. A $100,000 prize pool and a coveted trophy are on the line. NBC Sports and Face It proudly present the UniversalOpen Rocket League Grand Finals. 8 of the world's best teams, 4 from the US and 4 from Europe, will square off and a champion will be crowned. Welcome to the UniversalOpen Grand Finals, presented by 7-Eleven and Brisk. I'm your host, Rachel, aka Seltzer, and I'm joined on the desk this morning by Quinn Lobdell and Wave Punk. Gentlemen, we've seen a lot of Rocket League leading up to this event, but this is the Grand Finals. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels great. We're gonna have one champion after this is all over. We get 8 teams, but only one gets to take home that trophy. That trophy looks so cool, too.
Yeah, we finally get to see from which region, North America or Europe, who is the better region. I'm so excited.
Absolutely, and we are going to play fair, so let's break down the rules for you guys at home and let us know how the players are playing. Of course, all matches are going to be a best of 5, except the Grand Finals, that's going to be a best of 7. We've got 8 teams in a double elimination bracket, 4 from North America and 4 European teams. The upper bracket winner will receive a 1-game lead in the Grand Finals. We won't be doing that bracket reset. And gentlemen, games are 5 minutes long, followed by a sudden death overtime. So let's take a look at the Grand Finals Brisk bracket. Our first match of the day, Cloud9 and Double Trouble starting us off real strong. But gentlemen, I don't see a bad match on the board.
All these teams deserve to be here. We were talking to the players yesterday. Every single one of them said, no, there's no team that shouldn't be in this bracket. Anybody could, on a given day, take this bracket here.
Yeah, there's so many good teams here. It's hard to choose which one can win it. It could be any team here, anybody.
Absolutely. Well, we do have one of the favorites, though, in that first match of the day. That's going to be Cloud9. They're looking strong, and they're going to be going up against Double Trouble, which a little bit light on the tournament experience, if I understand correctly.
Now, Double Trouble, this is one of their first big events. They've played in the Rival Series over in EU, but here they've qualified to play against RLCS level competition. This is going to be the tightest, most packed bracket they've ever played in. So I'm excited to see how the underdogs do.
Yeah, Ronicky mentioned to us, this is their first, his first LAN, and that's going to be, you know, it's going to be a question for him. Is this going to be, how's he going to perform here? There's no live audience here. That's going to do him some favors, but he's got his work cut out for him with Cloud9.
Absolutely. Well, another thing to keep track of during every match today, we are keeping track of every player's goals, their assists, and their saves. The first time a player reaches 7 goals and 11 saves within a match, they'll unlock the Dual Force achievement. And it's a little special this weekend, but breaking down the action, talking to the players, we've got our fan favorite back once again. We've got Larry. How you doing, man?
Hey, I like that fan favorite. I'll take that every single time.
That is verified fact.
Like Twitter, verified like Twitter. I like that. Hey, guys, we're talking about this rivalry here between North America and also the European teams. And, you know, it's not much of a rivalry, kind of like the hammer versus the nail. Not a lot there, especially recently. And when you look at the results from the UniversalOpen last year in the championship match, you had 2 European teams, also 5 of the top 6 finishers. So the Europeans have been really dominating here on the big stage recently. I spoke with Greasy Meister, and he told me, he says, Larry, it's very simple. For the Americans, you know, they're interested in other things off the field, you know, branding, things of that nature. For the Europeans, we're all about winning, and we want to win badly and win now. So let's hear from both sides as we head into this UniversalOpen Rocket League Grand Final.
I think Europe's got a lot more skill and depth than North America. I think the top teams are very, very close to each other. But I think when you start looking a bit further down, that when you get to the RLRS level, maybe a bit below that, EU quality is far and beyond. I think then when you look into regular tournaments, major tournaments like the Play, I think when you look at the teams, the quality teams that we play in day out, and then looking at a North American tournament in comparison, we get a lot more quality practice in. I think that really, really helps.
Honestly, don't like the NA versus EU storyline. Like the past year, it's been pretty even, I'd say, except, you know, EU's taken a couple more wins. So I really don't like that storyline. I like the individual team-to-team rivalry and, you know, forgetting about the region. So EU definitely has a different style, but I don't really think there's a rivalry there.
I feel like that was more an issue before. Earlier days, the EU teams were like a lot better than NA in general. And I think that was because they focus on different things than we do. Like streaming, for example, all the things outside of the game. but in Europe, only the goal we have is to win. But I feel like now it's pretty equal, EU and NA. Like last time it was like 4-3 in the final, so it's pretty close.
I don't think there is a skill gap in Rocket League. It's just who performs at RLCS, because like if you look at every LAN, I'm pretty sure NA has more wins than EU overall, but it's just RLCS, the big tournament, EU has more in that sense. So I think they're better on LAN. They're better with nerves, I guess. EU players are basically robots and they play all day. So yeah, that's why.
Also spoke with Tadpole on the European side. He says, Larry, it's about skill and depth, and we have more of that on the European side. But the Americans, they didn't take this thing, just sitting down here. Spoke with the members from Cloud9 and Squishy Muffins. He says, look, it's not a huge deal, not a huge advantage for those guys. He did admit, though, recently on the big stage, the Europeans have gotten the better of this. His teammate Gimmick, he put it pretty succinctly. He told me, he said, Larry, who was in the championship last year? I said, Team Dignitas. He said, well, they're not here, so it's time for a new champion, and I think that's something that we can do. And, guys, we'll see if Cloud9 can go ahead and win it. It's kind of like the Ryder Cup, right? Americans, Europeans have been dominated recently.
Are you talking about golf right now?
I'm talking about golf.
Who wins?
We're at NBC Sports. We can talk golf.
All right, but between you talking NA, talking EU, who wins in the golf competition?
Golf competition recently, Europeans.
All right, well, we'll see. It's a matter of scoring goals, right?
That's right.
The team that scores the most goals
The most
wins.
points wins here. No, it's
There
not
you go.
golf. Come on.
So, we're putting some extra weight on the goals during the Universal Open. More goals equals less hunger, thanks to Soylent. Goals scored so far in the tournament have amounted to the cost of 26,000 meals donated by Soylent to the World Food Program USA.
My goodness.
And if you guys, during the grand finals, feel like helping out, you can do that as well at worldfoodprogramusa.org/UniversalOpen. But Soylent in this grand finals is donating the cost of 200 meals for every goal. It was 25 all throughout the lead up, but now we're going for the big bucks and the big meals. So thank you so much, Soylent, for that incredible partnership. And guys, we're almost ready to begin our first match with Cloud9 and Double Trouble. But before we do, we got a quick word from our sponsors.
We're watching the Universal Open together.
And he was in charge of the snacks.
I might have gone a little overboard.
Brisk Dual Force Guava Ginger Limeade, exclusively available at 7-Eleven for a limited time.
You're watching the Universal Open Rocket League Tournament, presented by 7-Eleven and Brisk. Check out the schedules and tournament progression at universalopen.gg and follow us on Twitter at UniversalOpen.
Cloud9 Double Trouble, our first match of the day here. Luckily, I've got Wavepunk and I've got Quinn to break this one down for me. So start us off, tell us a little bit about Cloud9, Quinn.
Cloud9, this is a team of superstars. You ask any player, any talent, anybody in the Rocket League community, his reputation precedes him. First, you got the superstar Squishy Muffins. This is a player, when players see him going for the ball, they know that anything can happen here. And I think this is the first time we're seeing him team with his other teammate, Gimmick, instead of Torment, who we saw last season on the Universal Open.
Yeah, Torment said, hey, we didn't do that great. Go team up with Gimmick. I bet you guys can do excellently. And they do. They played so well. But Squishy Muffins, that reputation preceding him, players expect him to do crazy things. We talked to him yesterday. He just uses that. He just does a little bit less crazy things and still scores goals. It's amazing.
Can we talk about the fashion synergy on Cloud9
yes.
as well? They got the fly hair, they got the nice glasses, they got those great jerseys, they got the under jerseys. This team is in sync, and that's what you need to be for twos. Now, they're going to be going up against Double Trouble, which sounds like a team that's in sync. They sound like they're both on the road to trouble, but Wavepunk, break it down for me. What obstacles are they going to face here against Cloud9?
I love that this is a duo from the rival series team, Triple Trouble. And since they're playing doubles, they just changed it to Double Trouble here. But these guys, again, this is the most stacked bracket they've ever played in, so they've got their work cut out for them, but they have a great attitude coming in. They're just happy to be here, and they have no pressure on their shoulders, and we know a lack of pressure can mean great Rocket League.
Yeah, they talked about how well they work together, not afraid to call each other out on their mistakes, and just actively look to improve at every given moment. But they do have to have a positive attitude, a winning attitude, because going up against a team like Cloud9, you gotta have confidence.
Absolutely. It takes a lot of confidence just to look them in the eye. Yeah, all four very serious, similar setup situation over there. It's a wall, but Double Trouble might be able to overcome here, and we are going to find out as we head into our first match of the day. Cloud9 Double Trouble. Quinn, Wavepunk, take it away.
Oh man, cannot wait to get this one underway. You know, JNAP's talked about in a little video about how EU is just a bunch of robots. The robots of Rocket League are definitely Cloud9. They're in sync in the fashion game. They are in sync on the field. When talking to Squishy, he's like, why would I invest any emotions at celebrating the goal before I've won a game? These guys are all business all the time, right down to the final moment, and they will have their work cut out for them here with Double Trouble, Dale.
Yeah, Double Trouble, a very strong team, catching a lot of teams and players by surprise. Maybe not on their radar, but I think they've proven that they should be.
Well, first kickoff here, decently neutral as both teams have a moment of offense, but cleared well on both sides. A best of 5, first to 3 wins will move on in the upper bracket. Staying in the upper bracket allows you to have that 1 game advantage if you make it all the way to the grand finals, so plenty of incentive to work for here. So the first minute will come and go decently quietly here. Doubles always a little bit higher on the scoring end of things, just as defense would be a little bit more Swiss cheesy. It's a little bit easier to punish mistakes. And so far, it's been pretty neutral. Double Trouble in the orange, Cloud9 in the blue. Tadpole moving up into the corner, a nice tap across the goal. Veroniki, a little bit farther back, Shadow will not be in a position to make good on the touch. Puts this one in front of the box, and Tadpole now will be able to slam it home. The defense from Cloud9 was one mistake and then a miss. And that'll leave the goal open here for Double Trouble.
Yeah, Veroniki with a quick follow-up. You see Gimmick there. He tries to cover the pass. He recognizes exactly where that ball's going to go, and there's a teammate waiting center. Unfortunately, that miss there from Gimmick is going to lead to an early goal here for Double Trouble.
3:45 left to go, a minute and 15 into the game. Double Trouble has the lead over Cloud9, game 1. Soft touch pass Squishy. Falls back, looks for the pass across, and carries it himself as Gimmick moves in behind. Now up, looking for the pass out. Squishy airborne, look for the shot towards the net, it's wide. They'll leave the boost for Veroniki. Tadpole now with the clear Gimmick. Gimmick rocking the Dominus. Card that has come a little bit more into style, especially with North American players over the past few months. Everybody else driving the tried but true Octane. Veronica with a clear towards the corner. Squishy will pick up his own boost. Turn around. He's got Gimmick across the field to work with. Being challenged quickly. Here comes Gimmick. The 50-50 lost, and Squishy has to fall back. So boost number 1, a nice roll past Veroniki onto his own wall. The 50-50 again, one out by Double Trouble. Gimmick airborne to play it back into his own corner. Back to Squishy. Contact missed. Veroniki will play it back towards the goal again. Looking for this corner play. So far the defense holds just fine from Cloud9. And finally a clear from Gimmick. Back down the field.
Very slow play here from both teams initially. Something that's a little bit questionable from Cloud9. Usually a very fast, a very aggressive team. Looks like they're really taking their time waiting for mistakes.
Gimmick, ball played past him, has to fall back into his own half. Finds boost. 2 players breathing down his neck. Tadpole pass to 1. Squishy now, down to Gimmick, looking for the shot. Plays it back to the corner. Veroniki tries, get it out. But stays neutral in his own. Veroniki back towards Tadpole, look for a shot here. He's got Gimmick in goal, but he makes the clear to the corner.
Yeah, a lot of pressure here coming from this Double Trouble team. Something that's maybe a little bit surprising. It's the first day they met just yesterday, and
oh, Squishy, a nice flick over the top of 1. There's the mechanical guy we were talking about, and it's tied up.
Yeah, doing this one all by himself. Veroniki out of boost there, and Squishy also taking the opportunity to bump him. That last second turner, getting in front of the ball, that was a very tight angle, and like we mentioned before, these are goals that Squishy can score. It's nice to see Cloud9 staying calm under high pressure.
Neutral kickoff, Veroniki over to the side. You were mentioning it. A team recently formed here, only been playing together for 6 months and meeting for the first time in real life here at the Universal Open. Veroniki and Tadpole playing, sitting next to each other for the first time ever. Gimmick will pick this one up softly, try to carry it on his hood, but Veroniki with a hit. Can Squishy get there? Oh, he tried. It bounced off the crossbar and down. A great challenge from Veroniki to get the lead back for Double Trouble.
Yeah, and this is something that you question maybe the dominance decision here. Right there, Gimmick, he needs to jump. Such a flat car, it easily gets dunked in. Veroniki, he recognizes that Gimmick is under pressure in front of his own goal, trying to control that ball. Great punish here from Double Trouble.
Tadpole lofts this high off kickoff. Gimmick goes for boost, but loses out to Veroniki, who looks for Squishy in net. Squishy hangs back in the goal to avoid the demolition and will be able to rotate back out. Tadpole's touch, challenged by Gimmick. Now looking for a shot towards the net. Can he get it back to Squishy? The respect for the Cloud9 players, the pre-jump defense here from Double Trouble, but it works out and they get it all the way back down the field. Gimmick now up in his own corner, lofts the ball. Squishy can move up, try and take control. Gets a pass one and behind Ronicky. In the final minute, Double Trouble leading by 1 goal. Playing loose and clean right now. Gimmick over the top of 1. Trying to get past 2. Tadpole's touch is soft, but just enough to carry it across his own net. Squishy puts it back in front of the box and will be able to tuck it in with the dish. Well done from Cloud9 as they tie it back up.
That dish there working so well, punishing Tadpole, just playing a little bit slow, and Ronicky as well. 2 players on the backboard. There's nobody there who can challenge that ball, and Squishy recognizing it. They just didn't have the boost to be able to jump off that ball, or jump off that wall, excuse me, and challenge the ball.
39 seconds left in a tie game. So anybody's game here in game number 1, and this shot should be wide, and Tadpole will send it further to the corner. Nice challenge to get it past Gimmick. Ronicky out. Take the long shot from midfield. Squishy, ball control, in front of his own net, looking to dribble it, keeps it on his hood despite interference from Ronicky. Looks for the dunk on the Tadpole. It goes away, now back in front, Tadpole. Oh, he does he sneak it in? He gets it off the post, and Squishy takes the lead with 16 seconds remaining.
So calm and collected. He had Ronicky just pressuring him that entire time, and you see Gimmick, he goes for that bump, a little bit of a bully, finds space there for Squishy, and he stays on the ball.
16 seconds left. An age in doubles. One kickoff goal could easily see this tied back up as the kickoff goes. Decently in Double Trouble's favor. Ronicky takes a roller of a shot. Gimmick's able to block it, puts it back down. Squishy moves up, kind of caught in no man's land here as the pass play could work out for Double Trouble, but Tadpole misses. Squishy should be able to block this in the corner, and that'll spell the victory here for Cloud9 in game 1.
Yeah, a very nicely played win there for Cloud9. It looked like Double Trouble really quite dominant through that whole game until we saw maybe in that last minute and a half, Cloud9, they just never seemed to worry. Able to come on through with some quick goals in the very end. They were very level-headed.
It felt to me like Cloud9 was actually being beaten mostly on the mechanics for the first 4 minutes of the game. A lot of 50-50s being won out by Double Trouble, the thing that we usually see Cloud9 being dominant in. But the thing was, the slightest mistakes that Double Trouble was making were enough for Cloud9 to find the goals they needed to get the win.
Yeah, Double Trouble, they talked to us about how they really think that 2v2 is an easy format to understand. They enjoy playing 2v2. Cloud9 maybe not feeling the same way here, and I think we saw some of that going on.
Yeah, Cloud9, great start here as they are able to get game number 1 in the bag, and in a best of 5, important to get things rolling well.
And here you can just see Squishy, this is that second goal, helps them to really just even up the game. Squishy, he was so level-headed, so many dribbles coming from him, and it felt like throughout that match, they were almost maybe a little bit too passive getting punished, but in the end there, you can just see Squishy tying up that game with just 40 seconds left. That's so long in doubles.
Absolutely, and the pressure here from Ronicky trying to create as much interference as possible, and it doesn't matter, able to find the slimmest of goals, the slightest of angles there, just enough to put it in. And that second goal, the tying goal from Squishy Muffins, you saw a Tadpole on the back wall trying to play defense, barely misses, and there's still not much of a shot there, but against Squishy Muffins, any shot is as good as in.
Right, there's just no angle, no shot, no approach that it feels like is impossible there for Squishy Muffins. That's what we talked about, his reputation preceding him. Every player knows that.
Game number 2 here, Double Trouble. Having dropped game number 1, will look to equalize, and Gimmick now with a nice dribble tries to flick it over the top, and here comes Squishy in to finish it off. Excellent play there to play it off the crossbar actually and get it straight back out to Squishy. The best angle, kickoff goal here for Cloud9.
Right, best part of this is Gimmick after that pass there. He just tries to get in front of Ronicky a little bit, slow him down even more, and great follow-up from Squishy. He didn't just rush into that. He recognized that ball might be a little bit difficult to follow up on. I'm just going to take it slow.
Absolutely, and Gimmick, he could take the shot, he could pass, and that was the demise of Double Trouble, the dual option here off the second kickoff. Tadpole leaving it here for Ronicky, defended by Gimmick. Squishy now out to challenge. He versus Tadpole. Tadpole gets there first, able to get it cleanly past Squishy Muffins. Gimmick onto his own backboard, waiting, hoping to bait in Ronicky. Successfully gets him into the corner, now off the ceiling, looking to flick it with the pass to Squishy. Tadpole's there. Squishy, respecting Tadpole's defensive positioning, will pick it up off the touch. Onto the backboard once more, Ronicky with a clear. Demolition on the Ronicky, Tadpole lays it away. Squishy back up high once more. Ronicky with a nice booming clear down the field. Gimmick and Squishy tag team this one into the corner. Ronicky wins 150-50. The challenge goes back out. Gimmick's able to put a lot of pace onto it off of his own backboard. Tadpole's touch drops it back to Gimmick, who gets across to Squishy, looking for the shot onto the backboard. Can he bring up the defenders? They both stay down. They call the bluff. Now Gimmick versus 1. Tadpole wins. Now into the corner, looking to set up Ronicky, lurking in front of the box. Gets it past Squishy, but Gimmick from behind Ronicky from the corner there. Able to get there first. Clear the threat away. Pass to 1. Squishy Muffins down the field. Gimmick lurking in the back. Right now, Cloud9 just allowing double troubles to take booming clears, booming shots from midfield over and over again. Happy to just defend it and just hold on to their lead. Finally win a 50-50 at midfield, but there's Tadpole back. And it'll be Gimmick again. Ball spending a lot of time here in the Cloud9 half, but so far no really threatening shots from double trouble.
A lot of confidence here from Cloud9. They're just kind of waiting for double trouble to take their shot and saying, let's see what you got. We'll make the save.
Squishy clears it. Gimmick moves out. Finally sees an opportunity. Play it past Tadpole. The bounce comes back down and a nice counter transition at midfield. In double trouble. But cleared again by Squishy Muffins. A lot of long ball here as everybody's clearing the ball long distances. All spending more time in the air than near players' hoods. A demolition on the Gimmick could open up an opportunity for double trouble. Squishy moves in to challenge 50-50 and wins it off the wall. Looking for the fakes here on Ronicky. Ronicky's not going to fall for it. Just planks his car straight up. Says, you got to play it through me. Allows the ball to bounce off him. Now Gimmick in the corner. The pinch coming out. Squishy looks for the read. Goes up for the shot. Ronicky's loose, but the shot is high. Gimmick in with a follow-up possibly. No, he falls back. Respecting the fact that they have the lead. They don't have to pressure right now. Or across halftime. So far, still just Cloud9 on the board.
Yeah, this is good pressure from Cloud9 because they're controlling the boost game right now. You see Squishy, the second there's a demolition, the second there's a chance for him to control the ball, he plays aggressive as possible to get this boost lead.
Grabs another one from his own corner now. Again, the ceiling pass. Ronicky actually wins this touch, but Squishy's there first. No follow from Tadpole. Now Gimmick will grab the boost once more. Squishy airborne shot towards the goal. Ronicky makes the save, but he had to spend so much boost to do it, and they're getting starved. Out in this corner. Tadpole now moving up as Gimmick falls back. Leaves it for Squishy on the far side. Falling it off the ground, looking for the carry. Running out of boost. Tadpole will be able to make the clear. Here comes Gimmick. Playing it across the field, reversing the rotational direction. Approaching the final minute, double trouble. A lot of ball control they've had in this game, but Cloud9 has made it basically useless. We're still just 1-0 for Cloud9.
Yeah, while we see a lot of ball control from double trouble, we don't really see many follow-ups on the ball. Almost every touch from them, they're not able to do anything else. And oh, Gimmick.
Nearly pulled that off. That was going to be crazy. Squishy just shadowing, forcing the ball back behind Ronicky, forcing double trouble to fall back once more. 48 seconds are left. Only one goal differentiating these teams. Double trouble, a fluke pinch can see them tie up this game. Still everything to play for here in game number 2. And after dropping game number 1, you know this game number 2 is very important. Don't want to be swept by Cloud9. This will be the second step on that path. 30 seconds remaining. It's Tadpole. The best possession they've had yet. Ronicky moving up, Gimmick sitting in net. Squishy on the backboard, covering both options there from Ronicky. The defense of Cloud9, strong and steadfast. Squishy plays it through one. Ronicky's having to fall back quickly. Look at Squishy, just immediately falls back, doesn't challenge. He knows he can play this defense so cleanly right now. It's Gimmick again. He's just handing the ball to Tadpole. He doesn't care. He knows that they can continue to just clear and clear. 4 seconds remaining. Gimmick's gonna air dribble this one into the ground. Squishy's happy just to play it to the side. He needs to touch one more time. And the game will be over here for Cloud9. Game 2 in the bag, one more to go.
Playing to maintain that 1-goal lead. This was very smart. Just a decision was made. You know what? We've got this lead. We've got our goal. We need to do nothing more right now other than maintain our lead. And they did it very well.
And I think that double trouble kind of made it easy for them, though. You see on the scoreboard, only 3 shots, despite how often Cloud9 simply just punted the ball to double trouble, said, here, have it, do what you want with it. They were constantly trying to just take the shots they knew that they could hit from midfield, and the ball wasn't even getting close enough to the net to register as a shot. So double trouble maybe needing to play more as a team, maybe needing to play more together. And we can take a look again at the one goal that did happen this game right off the bat. It was a beautiful goal, a kickoff goal. That was all that Cloud9 needed for the victory. A fake from Gimmick, and then at this point it was all over. He can shoot, he can flick, he flicks Ronicky, and then Squishy's there to clean it up.
And he puts that ball right on his back, and he's just trying to bait in a defender at that point. And it's just such an impressive play, really, from Cloud9, doing a good job. And you can just see the reaction from Squishy Muffins' mom right there. Just she's just happy for her son. Hey, Mom.
Happy to be there. Yeah, one game away now from moving on in the upper bracket and putting Double Trouble down into the lower. So we'll get that game underway soon, and I can't wait to see. Can Double Trouble make the adjustments they need to? Right now, I think they're playing a little bit too fundamental of Rocket League. Against a team like Cloud9, you're going to have to be creative. And right now, it seemed like the play was very plug and play, very simple, very vanilla. I want to see a little bit of chocolate and strawberry thrown in the mix.
Yeah, we heard from them, we need to play our own game from Double Trouble. That's what they were telling us. We're confident in ourselves, but we haven't really seen too much of that here against Cloud9. They've just been kind of reacting to how Cloud9 is playing. And that's almost really playing into exactly what Cloud9 wants. They said, we've got the first goal, and we don't really need to do much other than maintain our lead. And we need to see a reaction. We need to see some confidence here coming from Double Trouble.
I want to see them play maybe a bit more solo, go for a bit more dribble plays, keep the ball near them. Right now, they were going for a lot of midfield shots and just handing the ball back to Cloud9, and Cloud9 is just happy just to play catch, just toss it back. So here off the first kickoff, a bit more closely played to the chest, but still the defense holds on from Cloud9. They get the transition out. Retreating defense here for Tadpole. He gets the clear well over the top of Squishy Muffins. Gimmick having to just stall out, allowing Squishy to move back, and this is enough. It is. Roniki's shot misses, and Squishy Muffins will get the counter down the field, goes for the turtle goal. He's feeling good.
This right here is going to be a little bit of heartbreak there from Double Trouble. Ronicky, he goes for the shot, and he bounces up off the post and comes right back center to Squishy. Great position there from Squishy, recognizing that if this ball's bouncing anywhere, I'm just going to position myself center field and get that easy goal. He takes no risks.
Yeah, and planning for the fact that Roniki's probably gonna hit the shot, but if he doesn't, this is my opportunity to score. And that is that awareness from Squishy Muffins, giving them the 1-goal lead again. It was enough in game 2, could be enough here in game 3. But now, the last life in the upper bracket, and a shot there. Oh my goodness, the double commit on the save was good enough, and Roniki's actually gonna get the transition outwards. 50-50 goes in his favor into the corner. Gimmick will be the first one with the ball here. Roniki respects the positioning of Gimmick, and the flick from Tadpole. Gimmick doing so much right now. Squishy Muffins, a lot of space to work with. He's gonna play it over onto the far wall, pick up some boost, going for the ceiling shot. Shot he pioneered, gets it past one, goes for the flip to put it over towards Gimmick, gets the bump on Ronicky, and Gimmick scores. What a play from Squishy.
This right here, there's a little too much respect here for Squishy Muffins. You need to have a bit more confidence and go for that ball. Oh, just send him all the way out of here.
Using the flip reset to reposition on the wall so we could get down and bump the goalie out in time. This is the mechanical prowess we know Squishy Muffins for.
Well, we saw Ronicky, he goes for that jump, and the second Squishy Muffins sees that jump there, he spots the opportunity to punish him, to just bump him all the way out of here.
Cloud9 doing Cloud9 things, but now Double Trouble on the other end, needing to find a goal. Down by 2 now. Still so much time left in this game, but it's slowly becoming a Cloud9 field. Tadpole, hold on to ball control. Tries to flick it to Ronicky, but goes maybe a little bit early. Squishy's able to read it in time. Ronicky coming off the backboard, loses ball control to Gimmick. The challenge is good. But still, Cloud9 will end up with ball control. The lofting shot down the field. Ronicky has to get up in time. He'll play it to the side. Tadpole now looking for the transition over the top of Squishy. Gimmick falling back quickly. He'll be able to pick up ball control by himself. Past Tadpole. Ronicky circling back around. Him versus Squishy and net. Squishy's up first, called the fake. And Gimmick with the transition all the way back down. Approaching halftime here in Cloud9. Still manhandling this game.
Just too reactive play here coming from Double Trouble. We need to see that, just that confidence. We need to see them ready to bring the play over here to Cloud9. Cloud9, we've just seen a lot of 2v1 defense happening over and over again, and that should not be happening. And
Ronicky with a good block as Squishy had the double tap. Ronicky gets it away. Right here at halftime in game 3. Need to win 3 straight is Double Trouble, and they can't think about that right now. Just gotta think about this game right now.
Still plenty of time though, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. We mentioned it before, that is just an eternity when it comes to 2v2. Goals can be scored in a matter of seconds.
Squishy, read on Ronicky, gets it all the way into the corner and above the goal. Tadpole's touch is good to get it away for now, but still Gimmick's just lurking underneath as it was coming straight out from the goal. Squishy Goes in the back, waits. Ronick's touch is just a bit too strong. He'll clear it all the way back down, force Tadpole to make defensive touches, gets it past Squishy. And Gimmick's challenge isn't not great either, so Tadpole will make it all the way to the corner. Ronicky now. Shot towards the goal is wide. Tadpole up with a follow-up. Squishy's there, and then shot nearly makes it from Tadpole, but it's just a little bit too late. Gimmick gets bumped, but the shot from Ronicky wasn't on target either. Didn't make contact with the ball, and oh, it slips past him. We'll have to fall back onto defense. Can they make it there in time, or does Squishy make the shot happen? No, Ronicky will get it away. Cloud9 actually gave space. Happy to allow Double Trouble just to fall back. Squishy Muffins will finish it off. Gimmick gets a goal as well. Gimmick got the block on the defender. They're doing such a good job bumping the defenders.
Well, we've seen that touch there from Tadpole was just not good enough there, you see, and it's an easy read because that ball's still in a very dangerous area. That ball's going to come straight down from the top of the field. We need to see a little bit better defending.
Well, now down by 3 goals, the largest lead we've seen yet today. Cloud9 has more and more had control on the series. Squishy again going for the bump on the last defender, and Gimmick shot actually wide. Despite Tadpole being tangled up with Squishy.
Ronicky there touching that ball. That could have been perhaps a scoring opportunity there for Double Trouble. Letting that ball go bounce center, it would have been going towards the Cloud9 goal.
Gimmick, oh my goodness, Tadpole, no, Ronicky will slip it past him. Tadpole gets the assist, and the 1v1 finally goes in their favor in the box, and we'll see Double Trouble on the board.
And that's just solid 50-50 play there. We've seen that play into Double Trouble's favor here, not just in this game, but in the previous game as well. Winning that 50-50 over the Dominus, maybe that's a solid game plan here. That's been where they've had their success.
Well, Ronicky looking for the flip reset, gets it off the ceiling. Gimmick will get a clear. And they put all their eggs in that basket on that play. Squishy will tap this one in, make it a 3-goal game as well. And you can't blame Double Trouble. Getting into the final minute, down by 2. Gotta go for whatever you can do. It was a good setup, just couldn't quite finish it off, and Squishy will get the counterattack.
Yeah, at this point, you need to take those risks. You need to just start gambling whatever you can do to make those goals happen, because the comeback, you're running out of time.
Ronicky over to the side. Squishy now. Off the ceiling, Gimmick across the field. Squishy will carry it past the first defender. Now Gimmick, shot towards the net. Ronicky gets the save. Squishy has to fall back quickly. Block on 1. Tadpole shot towards the goal is wide. Into the corner. 18 seconds remaining, down by 3. It's looking more and more like Cloud9's got control, but Ronicky finally finds the shot. The accuracy has been an issue for Double Trouble today, but this one finds the target.
And this is that confidence we were hoping to see. Look at this shot going from the very beginning. You can tell Cloud9 not respecting Double Trouble. And this, you know, with 15 seconds left, that's not a lot of time here to make these goals happen.
So this is the roster that teams might underestimate. With 14 seconds remaining, another shot onto the target. Squishy actually manages to get that one above his goal, and that one might just seal the deal here for Cloud9 with 5 seconds left. Ronicky and Tadpole have to put a shot in immediately, and it's not going to happen. Gimmick all the way back down. Basically got another goal there at the end, and Cloud9 with a sweep of Double Trouble.
Yeah, that was just impressive play. Honestly, a little bit from both teams. I feel like Double Trouble not waking up until just too little until it's too late.
Well, they had a good start to the match, but I think it was Cloud9 using that game 1 feeler scenario to easily sort it out, see what's going on, be like, we know how this is, and from then on, it was their match.
Yeah, that was a nice little warm-up there for Cloud9, but also a warm-up for Double Trouble. I mean, we talked about their lack of tournament experience here. This is the opportunity for them to get their feet under them before they head into that lower bracket.
I mean, if there's a team to compete against in round 1 and just to kind of get you, like, welcome to what playing in the big leagues is like, Cloud9's a great introduction. I think they'll be well prepared for whoever comes next.
That's right, and speaking of Cloud9, let's recap some of those fine goals there. You saw some pretty amazing plays in this last match.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if Cloud9 watched that video, heard Double Trouble kind of questioning North America, and they said, you know what, let's just show them how it's done. That first goal here from Squishy Muffins, just cool, calm, collected, waiting to see mistakes here coming from Double Trouble. We saw just a little too reactionary. That flip reset to reposition back on the wall. He spots Ronicky jumping there, and he's just stuck. He can't move, and that bump there, so clean.
He had the flip reset from falling off the ceiling, gains another one off the ball, flips onto the wall. Incredible play, exactly what we know Squishy Muffins for, and all these other goals as well. Just absolutely flawless play from Cloud9 as they take it. They do not drop a game.
That's right. We are going to get to hear from Cloud9 in just a few seconds. We're going to go to a short break. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We're coming back with more Rocket League. Here it is, our State Farm assist of the match from Cloud9 and Double Trouble.
Here you see Squishy, he brings that ball up off the top of the field. He gets his flip reset, uses that to reposition on the wall. He spots Ronicky jumping into the air. There, he's stuck. Ronicky can't move. He's waiting until he lands on the ground, and Squishy's spotting that at the end. That's a great assist from Squishy Muffins.
Great play there, and we're going to get a chance to get some insight from the players themselves. Larry's down on the floor with our first winning team of the day.
Thanks, Rachel. Yeah, I covered these guys. Well, we were in Chicago not too long ago, a few weeks ago, so a great win for you guys. What was the difference there in that first game? You guys were down 2-1, scored the last 2 goals, I believe 2 goals in like 24, 25 seconds. What got you guys going?
They're just very awkward to play against in twos. Like, they play really different than everybody else, I feel like, and we haven't really scrimmed them at all. Actually, that was the first time I think I played either of them, so it was just kind of getting used to a new play style. I think it took half the match or so to understand how they were playing, and then we played around it.
He talked about being awkward. What made those guys awkward for you guys?
They didn't really like dribble. Like, we'd expect them to dribble, but then they didn't dribble. They just gave it back to us. They really didn't do a good job taking care of the ball and using their possession to try and score. So we underestimated them.
Oh, so talk about that. And, underestimating those guys. When did you guys figure out, like, better call Mako?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I underestimated them. Like, I knew they're good. I see they're, like, tearing up the 3 scene in EU. They've been playing very good against a lot of the top EU teams. So I knew they were going to be a good team, but it's just how they're going to play in twos. That was the question, I guess.
Look at it defensively. We know what you guys can do offensively. We talked off camera yesterday about how great and prolific you guys are scoring the ball. But that second game, 1-0, you guys scored like 5 or 6 seconds into that game. So for 4:54 of that game, you shut those guys out. And I think that pretty much gave you the confidence to win the third game as well. What went into your defense, and how important was it to be able to hold those guys off for almost 5 minutes?
I think it was the same thing. Just like once we learned how they play super far back, and they gave us a lot of space. So they hit the ball to us, we take our time, just kill seconds off the clock, and we didn't really need any more goals. We have a lead, so we didn't give them any empty nets. That's what they wanted.
Real quickly, Gimmick, what did you guys show defensively?
I don't know if you saw, but like every time we were in an awkward spot, we took it back to our half and played it off the wall, just keeping it away from them. And I think that really helped us.
Guys, C9, like they did in the Chicago Regional, moving on here in the upper bracket, guys.
Larry, thanks so much. Cloud9, as you said, moving on in that upper bracket, about to face the winner of G2 versus Complexity. Double Trouble, though, not lost. They're going to be dropping down to that lower bracket and see if they can take what they learned from their first match against Cloud9. Now let's check out our Soylent total. We told you about some incredible promotion that Soylent's doing in our last match. Cloud9 and Double Trouble scored 12 goals together total, all added up. And that means that 2,400 meals are going to be donated by Soylent to the World Food Program USA. That brings our total, well, it's the first match of the day, so 12 goals, 200 meals. But we'll be keeping you updated throughout the day. And remember, you guys can increase that total as well. Join Soylent, donate the meals to the World Food Program USA by going to wfpusa.org/UniversalOpen. Now, our next match is gonna be a big one. We've got G2, we've got Complexity, powerhouses in both respects. That's gonna be coming up in just a second after this commercial break. So if you love Rocket League, if you love incredible competition, we've got a whole day of it and a whole weekend of it for you here in Stamford. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.